Global friends, the topic for today is ultimate. As I'm going to discuss with you human consciousness or soul. According to definition, death is irreversible cessation of brain functions. Means when brain is dead, everything is gone. Now, what is the difference between soul and consciousness? These are two different definitions. As I have discussed with you in my previous videos, my basic center of discussion is faith versus science. All the religions, all the material world, all the rituals, they are all based upon faith. And the faith is one thing which gave rise to various religions, various rituals, and make compartmentalization in the society, in the humanity. Some of the tenets may be true, some may not be true, because all are based upon our faith. Now, the second portion is scientific developments. Science is like 2 plus 2 is equal to 4. If this equation is correct today, it is correct in the past, it's correct in the present, and it will be correct in the future. Such type of this equation is. But in faith, these go on changing. The soul has been defined by faith, but consciousness has been defined by science. And my endeavor to discuss these two poles, faith versus science, is always there, and I try to converge them, because science and religion and faith, they are coming together, they are converging. So in what type of areas they are converging, that is mainly my topic of discussion. Today we are discussing about the consciousness. So I have defined it is called in faith as soul, in science as consciousness. Now science now believe if the brain cells are dead, consciousness has gone, and if we can bring back conscious, brain cells are alive again, we can attain the state of immortality. Man can become immortal. I'll explain to you later on this aspect also. Scientific story start with the name of a scientist called Roger Penrose, who invented singularity of black hole in 1924. And thereafter, Lewis de Broglie presented that whole of the universe is of dual nature of consciousness. Here comes the description of quantum physics again. I have in this, I have discussed in my previous lectures that quantum physics is a revolution. It has brought a great wonders. Now see, I'll explain you in which way it is producing wonders. Niels Bohr and Max Planck conducted a very important experiment, which is known as double slit experiment. That was very simple experiment, but it has given lot of meanings, and based on it are so many developments. So the consciousness is also there. Just see about this experiment. The experiment was when photons are fired through a small hole, its impression is taken on the screen. The impressions are in the form of waves intermingled with each other. But the time when through a detector consciousness was applied to these photons, there was a human eye or detector. You know what happened? These particles which were falling in the form of wave, they converted into particles. So with this experiment, it was invented which reversed the definition of light. First of all, there was a perception that light travels in a straight line. It's the fastest traveling source. But now with the advancements of the science, it has been declared that not only in straight line, but light is of dual nature. It is wave as well as particles. Same thing has been applied in the quantum physics. At the lowest level, when these particles, the smallest particle which was known earlier was the atom. Now it has been observed that there are subatoms also, just like electrons, quarks, and these particles, they are in the form of particle as well as wave. Then these two, when these two are separated, maybe miles away, maybe light years away, suppose one part of it is on Earth, other is on the cosmos. If something happens on Earth with this particle, same thing will happen, or opposite will happen on the other side. When waves travel, light waves or some other waves travel with the particles, they travel in the form of wave. But when there is a human intervention, consciousness focuses its attention on it, the situation is changed. In this way, the Maya is described. Maya is nothing, as I told you. Shankaracharya gave the concept of Maya in Hindu philosophy. The whole of these words, maybe plants, maybe trees, maybe human beings, maybe everything in this universe It's an illusion. It's a material world. It's not real. So in this way, this has been described that when you see this universe or world or material world, it's in superimposition position. It's moving in the form of wave. But when consciousness or human eye or some measurement is applied, it collapses. It collapses and becomes static at one point. So here the whole concept is very clear. On one side is the material world, on other side is quantum field, which contains waves or particles. They are intelligent, they are moving, they are here, they are up, they are on right side, they are on left side. It's filling the whole space, but it's very powerful. There was, so in this way, Big Bang theory is also explained. In the initial stage, there was one quantum. It was split. Some mischief was created with them, with it. So a large amount of energy was released. And this released energy created another such type of big bangs, and whole of this cosmos was created. So let us concentrate on consciousness. Consciousness is a brain function. It's not mentioned in the books, in medical books. As I told you, the difference between science and faith. In faith, there are so many scripts, so many Granth ceremony, so many Upanishads, Vedas. But in science, you will find the book of mathematics, the book of physics, the book of English, book of science. But they will be strictly describing one principle only, verified principle only. Consciousness is because of neuron cells. Neuron cells, just like cells of the body, there are specialized type of cells of the brain.
ऊर्जा इस्तेमाल करने वाली तंत्रिका कोशिकाओं को न्यूरॉन कहते हैं। हर दिमाग में ऐसे करीब 86 अरब न्यूरॉन्स होते हैं। न्यूरोट्रांसमीटर दो न्यूरॉन्स के बीच बने साइनेप्स नाम के संपर्क बिंदुओं के जरिए विद्युत आवेग भेजते हैं। इससे कोशिका का इलेक्ट्रिक वोल्टेज आगे बढ़ जाता है। तब एक निश्चित स्तर पर न्यूरॉन आवेग छोड़ता है और उसे अन्य कोशिकाओं तक पहुंचा देता है।
Which are known as neurons. Neurons are very sensitive. They are large in number. It contains so many supercomputers. So when it is processed, it's processed in the neuron cells. Neuron cells, there is string function, wave function. Such type of superimposition is always there in the neuron functions. When we apply human interaction, consciousness, through our eyes, through our ears, these create ideas, and these ideas fixes up, and we become conscious about such type of things. This is consciousness. So, describing this consciousness, Elon Musk in Neuralink laboratory or in other scientific discoveries, inventions. It has been claimed that consciousness of the neurons can be copied by quantum computers, and it can be saved. When the cells are dead, or these copied consciousness can be introduced again in the body or in some other human robotic. So in this way, you can become immortal. Your consciousness will never die. In other words, soul will never die. It will remain on the earth. It can remain on the same body. It can remain in the computer lab. So in this way, the man can become immortal. If such a type of definition science is given to consciousness, you can imagine in which world we are traveling and going. So my always stress is on this thing. Thus we must keep our eyes open, mind open, ears open, and the claims of the scientific society, which is developing very fast, must be noted down. We should come out of our stigmas, beliefs, and sometimes faith which is based on false ideas. We must come out of it. Analyze it on scientific platform. And if these two combine, there is a convergence, and we can understand the real world in the real meanings. Thank you very much.